Welcome back to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. It is good to be back. Gonna get into some locks today. This is gonna be my last live show of the week. Hang on. Uh, I had the stream going off elsewhere. All right, y'all. Time to make money. Let's go. I'm gonna try to get the lock out to y'all tonight. If you are a Patreon, I'm gonna get the lock of the week out to you tonight. If not, join the Patreon to make sure you get the lock of the week. We got a busy little week. I think this is a decent week to make some money. We can not the busiest week of boxing. We certainly have enough out there where we can make some money. I know. If you're not a Patreon, link is in the description. It's also in that little ticker below. Let's get into it a little bit. I like what we have this week. Oh, they added this stuff. This is interesting. Oh, they added all of this. Did y'all see what they added? Look at all this. They added a ton. Let me get this. Let me share this with you guys. They just added this because I did my video this morning, and these weren't out yet. We got a lot to talk about today. Then, all right. I thought it was going to be a short show, but it may be a long show. Maxi Hughes, easy money. Yui Fury, easy money. Reese Mold. Shoot, I didn't even know this fight was happening. See, this is why, and you can take Shaquille Thompson. I wish they had released this sooner because I would have done a video for this fight. I don't know. Tyson Gallagher, I like that. I'm going to lay off this. I'm going to tell you guys why. Kendo Castaneda is a good, dear friend of mine. He's one of my best friends in the sport. His team, his trainer, Ronnie Cantu. They're from San Antonio, the whole tribe. I've covered his career since like 2017, 2018. Kendo is one of my good friends in the sport, and I just don't feel right. I feel like I should separate myself from this. I shouldn't be a part of this. I don't want to let my personal decisions be impacted on this. So I'm going to lay off Elvis Rodriguez and Kendo Castaneda. Tiger Delonte Johnson. Gosh, this is some crazy odds. I'm not crazy about it. They have props on this? No props. I like it to go over. Does anyone? Yeah, for real, muscles. Does anyone have a prop? Because I like the over. Does anyone have the over on the Tiger Johnson Yamar Alamo fight? I like this thing to definitely go over. I would definitely take Charlie Edwards. I would take Floyd Diaz. Melnicki at minus 4,000. This I'm laying off of. Don't touch this. This is, if you guys, but I feel like she's going to get robbed. So don't do this. This is not worth it at minus 450. This is not worth betting on Elisa Bumgardner. This is, she could lose. And it's not worth the bet at minus 450. I think Delphine could win. If I were to make a bet, I would bet on Delphine Pursuit, but she's got such a history of being robbed that I just don't feel comfortable betting on her because I think she might get robbed again. But I'm just laying off this. Unless you can get the over on it, no props on this either. Lay off that. Don't touch that. Carrington and Segwa. Carrington, for sure. And there's no props on that. Check back because we're going to take Carrington by stoppage in that fight. Rohan Polanco, this is not worth betting. Xander Zayas, I think, is a safe bet. And I think Sandy Ryan is a pretty safe bet. Do we have props on Sandy Ryan? Here we go. I like this. I think this is a safe bet. To go the distance, minus 750. I know people are going to say, but Sandy Ryan, Michaela Mayer is a very skilled fighter. I don't see her getting stopped. I'm putting something together for you guys right now for the Patreon. I can tell you this is going to be a part of it. And what was the over? We got a lot on this. Look at all this stuff they added. Rihanna Dixon. I like Dixon to win that fight. Peter McGrill, I think you should be safe with that. There's a lot to pick from. I feel a lot better about this week's props now. Josh Babb. I like this at minus 1,000. This is something you might want to add. I know Majid just got the draw with the undefeated prospect. This is interesting. Kelvin Majid just got a. He can't win this fight. Bab's a good fighter. Majid just fought Muhammad Mustafa Ali to a 4-round draw, 57-57. That was on Shannon Ryan, Amendola, Tyler Denny. Yeah, it was on his own card. I remember that fight. All right, let's get back to this. But I like McGrill. Rhiannon Dixon, I like that. I don't know who this guy is. Caleb Turnbull. I don't know who that is. Conan Murray. This is safe. All right, I got an idea. Let me calculate something. I'm going to get to your chats in a second. I got something cooking for you guys. I got a prop cooking for you guys. Right, let me get some of these. You think Tiger wins? The Tiger Day, he was in a tough fight. I think he wins. I just don't know if it's the smartest bet because what is he, minus 750? He's fighting a real guy. He's fighting a guy that beat Kendall Castaneda. Do I think Tiger Johnson wins? Yeah, I think Tiger Johnson wins. I just don't know if that's the smartest bet. Where is it? Like I feel way like at minus 700, I feel way more comfortable taking Charlie Edwards to win. Way more comfortable. Peter McGraw at minus 1400. All right. I would feel more comfortable taking Rihanna Dixon to win. Like I do think he's gonna win. I just think at minus 700, it's not really worth the squeeze. If you want to add it to your parlay, you should be safe. I just think I mean, how many legs do you want on this parlay? How big do you want this parlay? I do think he's going to win. I think there are sort of bets to add to your parlay. Those odds are, he's fighting. Yeah, Yamir Alamar is a real dude. Like that's a real dude right there. Went over. Look. I'm going to pull this up. This is what we're looking at here. Split decision loss to Liam Paro. Win over Alberto Beltran. Win over Kendall Castaneda. Draw with Antonio Moran. Right? Draw with Antonio Moran. Win over Kendall Castaneda. Win over Alberto Beltran. Split decision loss. 95-94 loss to Liam Paro. Liam Paro's a world champion. Okay, he got his ass kicked by Richard Hitchens. That happens in life. Then he beat Jason Velez. This is a real dude. This is not a slouch. Like, that is a real dude. I don't know why the odds are what they are. Yes, I think Tiger Johnson's good. I think Tiger Johnson's a real skillful fighter, but I wouldn't bet on that. Like, I just think there are better bets than that. Those odds on DK are just insane. What do other books have? Does anyone else have better odds on that fight? Like, if you're getting minus 400, yeah, it's worth it. But at minus 700, there are better bets to make. Yeah, FanDuel. Oh, does he say FanDuel don't have all the fights like 365 and DraftKings? Shake my head. I don't check what you say. If you can use DraftKings, I like DraftKings, but these odds are bugging today. Money, money, money. Yeah, DraftKings don't want anyone making money on these fights. Muscles, we took too much money from them. They mad because we take all their money. I got a little parlay for you guys. I know what I'm working on. I know what I got. I feel like Tiger should win. I feel he should win too. Tiger Johnson is a much more skilled fighter, but Alamo is no joke. Like, he's a real fighter. Like, he's a borderline world-class fighter himself. I don't think Alamo is going to win, but he could. Like, it's not ridiculous to think that he could pull an upset here. He fought Liam Paro to a 95-94 type of 50-50 decision. I think once we add Carrington by stoppage, we may not need to add many legs. We'll see. Let's see what it is. If it's that much of a question, no bet. That's why I'm not telling anyone not to bet on Tiger. I think he's safe. I hate the odds on it. Forster is live versus McGrail. I don't see that. I did a video on that, and I don't think Forster is the worst thing in the world. I just don't see how he wins. Like, I don't see any path to victory for him. I don't think so. Like, minus 1,400 seems reasonable to me. I don't see this fight being ultra competitive at all. Like, I don't think he's, I don't think Forster's a bum or anything like that. I think Forster is a domestic level fighter, and McGrail is beyond that. I think Forster does fine on a British team, but once he steps up, he loses. McGrail is a world-class fighter. I think, with McGrail, what you're looking at is he's just so repetitive. Like I said, it's jab, jab, right hand, feint, left hook, right? It's the same pattern over and over again, and eventually he's going to be found out. But I don't think Brad Forster is going to be the guy that cracks that Da Vinci Code. I'm just letting you know. I like that logic, Muscles. McGrail's got some issues, and it's not his skill. Yeah, it's his. It's his kind of mind. I don't know if he was just so talented early on that he developed some bad habits. That's what I'm trying to say. He's got some bad habits. I agree. McGrail has some bad habits, for sure. But when he got knocked out by Jericho Quinn was just waiting for him to throw that right hand. It was jab, and then he knew that right hand was coming, so he just put his own right hand behind. I mean, the left hand behind it, and it was easy pickings. Like with Jericho Quinn. Yeah, I don't. It's not really that we disagree on McGrail. We disagree on Brad Foster. $15, 3-2. Lost to Reese Edwards. Okay. Lost the points decision. Lost to Bellotta. Lost to Jason. I can't see him winning this fight. I can't see him winning. I can't see it. Minus 1,400. I don't think 1,400 is that unreasonable. I think this is two different levels. There's two different tiers of fighters. I think there are levels in this sport. There's levels to this, and I don't think these guys are on the same level. The fights I watched to prepare for this was I watched the Reese Edwards fight. I think he definitely lost that. And then what other fight did I? I watched a couple of his fights. Look, if you like him, boxing. What is he paying? Hang on. Where the hell did he go? Where did he go? Where did he? I'm looking for Brad Foster here. Brad Foster. There he is. No props. Look, boxing. If you like him, he's paying plus 650. If you think he's got, Brad, boxing. Let me ask you this: put it as a percentage chance. What percentage chance do you think Brad Foster has of winning this fight? Because I always say, if it's 50-50 and you're getting better than plus 300, just bet on him. Because it's 50-50, which means half the time you're going to hit and half the times you're going to miss. But if you do that on plus 300 or more, to break even, you only have to hit 1 out of 4. So if you hit 2 out of 4, you're going to make money. So I always suggest if you're 50-50, but where are you on this? Like, what percentage chance do you think he's got? I think McGrail learned a lot from his last fight. He got KO'd. Yeah. And Jericho Quinn's a much better athlete. He's much quicker. And look, I'm not saying Force is unathletic. He's got some bounce to his step. He doesn't sit down on his shots. I'm not saying McGrail's the greatest thing ever. I just don't see Brad Foster being that dude. High domestic level, and McGrail not proved to be above that. Still makes him favorite. Just make Foster live. He pays well. Like, if you think he's got a better than 35% chance of winning, I would put the bet on him. I don't. But if you do, then I think he's worth betting on. If you give him a real shot to win, maybe not a 50% chance, but a 35% chance, it's paying plus 650. What is it paying? Yeah, plus 650. You might as well. If you like Force to take a very high chance you can lose your money, yeah, but I mean, the payout is worth it. Just hit on another parlay. Single bet. I've already smashed it. Let's go. I don't think you're going to hit. I don't think it's the craziest bet in the world. I think it pays pretty well. I think the odds are reasonable. Someone's got to take Foster. Otherwise, we don't have a bet. I don't think he's going to win. Yeah, I might pull the trigger. trying to check with y'all first though. On what on. Oh wait, hang on. I was thinking that one of my parlays as well, along with going the distance in Elisa Pursoon, Ryan Mayer. So wait. All right, let me ask you this. Bliss, you like the two chicks to go the distance, and then what other one do you like? Alicia Bumgardner and Delphine Pursoon, Ryan and Meyer going the distance, and then what other bet are you adding to that? Let me know what other bet you're adding to that. All right. I lost my train of thought here. All right, so I like Sandy Ryan on the money line a lot as a standalone bet. I like it a lot. You guys want to make a standalone bet on Sandy Ryan? It's paying almost even money. It's minus 125. I think you're pretty locked in. I think Sandy Ryan definitely wins that fight. I like Maxie Hughes, Yui Fury. I think those are safe. They don't really pay. Shaquille Thompson definitely wins over Wilson Bent, who sucks. I would lay off these two. I'm just not going to weigh in on this because Kendo's my personal friend. Tiger Johnson and Alamo. I like Tiger to win. I just don't think he's the best bet. Like this pays a little bit better, and I'm way more comfortable with that. I would bet Charlie Edwards to win. I would take that to go the distance if you have it. Does anyone have a prop for those two fights to go the distance? Does anyone have a prop for the Charlie Edwards fight and or the Tiger Johnson fight to go the distance? Does anyone have a prop on that? I want to see what those are because those are worth betting, I think. Maybe. What do you think of Rohan, bro? He's a nice little yeah, he's a good fighter, but the odds on it was crazy. Well, the odds are like minus 8,000 or something. Like he wins, but it doesn't. Where is he? He's good fighter for sure. He's minus 8,000. It's just not worth the risk. Like it's the same thing with Kid Kansas from last week. It's like he's not bringing down your parlay odds any bit, right? Like it's not worth it. Like he's gonna win for sure, but like what if something crazy happened like with Alan Garcia last week? Is it safe betting the house on Carrington, Zanda, and Rohan and Diaz? Cash flow Diaz? Yeah, that's safe. Yeah. That's so you want a full leg parlay muscle with Shushu Carrington, Xander Zayas, Rohan, and cash flow? Yeah, that's a safe bet. What's your parlay odds on that? That's safe. Carrington money line, Zayas money line is the main parlay, but second parlay switch to Carrington KO and Zayas KO. Yeah, I don't have the props on that, but yeah, I like them to both win by KO, so I don't mind that. Segway, do you really believe that? Tagawa is live again. I think Bruce Carrington, along with Abdullah Mason, is the best prospect in the sport. I don't see that at all. I don't agree. Ooh, Charlie minus 180 on FanDuel. Ooh, guys, that's a bet right there. Yeah, cash flow. I would do that. I think that's a safe parlay. Yeah. Bliss says Rohan got buckled once. Yeah, he did. Muscle says I might take Carrington by stoppage and now parlay to bring it down some. We lost money last week, Muscle. I just want to get your money back. You know, I definitely think Carrington wins by stoppage. But if you want to just be safe, just get our money back, end the month strong, and then let's have an even greater October, right? Because September we missed 1 week. We just get our money back, and then we hit the first couple weeks of the month. So we made good money that month. I would, if you guys, I don't mind it. I think so. Muscles. I mean, I would. It's minus 8,000. It doesn't do you any good, right? Like, add anything. Add Maxi Hughes to it. Maxi Hughes is going to win. He's minus 3,500, right? Like minus 8,000. Yes, he's going to win, but there's better ways to parlay that, right? Like, put Vito Melanicki. That's minus 4,000. He's going to win. You know what I'm saying? Maxi Hughes is better. Like, put those in. They're going to hit. Yes, Carrington punches excellent with his opponent. He does. Segawa will try and keep him outside. More likely, Carrington points in KO. It's a level. I mean, look, it could go the distance. I'm not disagreeing that it could go the distance. If you're asking me to pick, I think Shushu eventually gets him. He gets everybody. Juan Antonio Lopez went this. That's interesting because Lopez stays in front of you. That's an interesting bet. Suleiman Segawa. He knocked out Brian DeGracia. DeGracia is a real fighter too. DeGracia fought Eddie Vasquez really, really tough. Segawa got iced by Jermaine Ortiz. You guys want to lay off that and just take Carrington on the money line? Carrington's going to win. Just take him on the money line. If you want to take someone on the stoppage, take Xander on the stoppage. I think they both win on the stoppage. But if you want to just take one guy on the stoppage, take Xander, I guess. I think he stops Segawa. You go, Muscles. Segawa is very active. I doubt he gets stopped. All right. I mean, you guys all feel that way. Shout out to you, Kristen. I mean, I don't hate it. If I had to bet, I think that he would win. I mean, I don't have a prop on it, so I can't tell you if it's worth betting on. If it's close to even, I would bet him to win. I'm pretty confident he gets the stoppage, but you guys all think it goes the distance. I don't have a money line. It doesn't matter to me because I can't get no line on anyway. So I was going to add him, but then that came to mind. I still like him in this fight though. Muscle said, okay, even if Segawa doesn't get stopped, he still does the Carrington. Come on, fellas. Carrington is a special gifted fighter. He's a gifted prospect. He's going to beat Segawa. The only question is how. There's no way he loses to Carrington. I mean, there's no way Carrington loses to Segawa. It's not going to happen. He's only stopped 2 divisions above by a non-puncher. That's true boxing. It was by a non-puncher, but let me add this. He's never fought anyone nearly as good as Carrington. I'm okay. Like, you guys just want to lay off that and take Carrington on a money line. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, Ruben Villa is a fine fighter, but Carrington is a great fighter. Ruben Villa is fine, and he fought him competitively. But Carrington, he is not. All right, let's just take him on the money line. I don't even have a line for him on the money line. If Carrington is going to lose, it won't be Segawa. I think Carrington's not losing to Segawa. So there's levels to this. I feel like Segawa going to come out trying to. I feel like Segawa going to come out trying to do too much. Is that what you're saying? then he might get stopped. Villa is a better amateur. Carrington was on the U.S. national team. I don't know much about Villa's amateur career, but I know Carrington's was incredible. I don't know that that's true. Carrington had an amazing amateur career. Carrington being built with that hometown feel. Fans want him through the highs and lows rather than someone top-ranked field will dominate. I think top-ranked feels that Carrington is an elite prospect. I think he's an elite prospect. His size, his strength, and his speed alone makes him an awful lot to deal with. Just his kind of natural attributes. Before we get to his ring IQ, before we get to any of that, just his natural physicality and speed at that size and strength, it makes him a lot to handle. Carrington won't stop Villa right now. Carrington would stop Villa right now, potentially. Okay, answer this. Does Carrington lose to Sugawa Friday? You're up boxing. Yeah, he's got a KO streak in New York. Yes, sirree. All right, let's review this one last time. Let's go over what I like. Maxi Hughes, easy money. Yui Fury, easy money. Reese Mold, Ryan Walsh, lay off that. Shaquille Thompson, easy money. Tyson Gallagher, I like that. I'm laying off these two entirely. A, because Kendo Castaneda is my friend, and B, I hate these odds. I think minus 700 is ridiculous. Charlie Edwards, I love this. Cashflow Diaz, you can take that. Vito Melnicki, you can take that. Alicia Bumgarner and Delphine Pursoon, I like the over on that if you can get it. I like it to go the distance. The winner, the odds, I don't like the odds on it. I think Delphine Pursoon could win, but I also think she might get robbed. If I were to make a bet on this, I would pull the upset, but I feel like she's going to get robbed. And I don't think Gardner at minus 450 is worth betting on. I think that's way too wide. I love Carrington. I think he wins by stoppage. Y'all kind of telling me maybe this goes the distance. Either way, Carrington on the money line is a great bet. Polanco minus 8,000, he wins for sure. I don't think at minus 8,000 it's worth it. Xander is at minus 200. I like that. Sandy Ryan, I love on a standalone bet. Sandy Ryan on a standalone bet. I also like the prop for it to go the distance. I think Michaela Mayer definitely goes the distance here. So I would bet that. Visoli at minus 3,500. That's easy money. Peter McGraw, I love at minus 1,400. Rihanna Dixon at minus 450. I like, do we have this to go the distance? No, we do not. I do like Rihanna Dixon at minus 450. I like Josh Babb at minus 1,000. I think that's a good bet. Josh Babb at minus 1,000 is not bad. And that's what we got. All right, y'all. Guys, any last minute questions, comments, thoughts, super chats, anything like that, let me know now or forever hold your peace. I'm going to go through some of these. Boxing says I'll make him an 80. Okay. So you're pretty confident Carrington's going to win. He's a much better fighter. Yeah, Carrington could fight in Tagawa's hometown. It would still be the same outcome. Yeah. Carrington could fight Tagawa in his living room. He's still going to beat him. I'll lay you at minus 1,400. Man, I don't see Tagawa offering. I mean, he's an opponent. He's a live body. I don't see him having any chance to win the fight. He's not going to win. Can he make it competitive? Maybe. Can he go the distance? Possibly. But the fight isn't really going to be super close. It's not like, he's going to give Carrington hell. All right, y'all. I'm going to wrap this up. I've been going almost 35 minutes. I appreciate everyone showing up. If you are a Patreon, I'm going to get you the lock of the week tonight. I will get that out for you tonight. If you're not a Patreon, well, you guys are straight bugging, and you're going to want to join the Patreon. You're definitely going to want to join the Patreon. It's just $5 a month. Get you that lock of the week. So you can be a multi-billionaire. You can be a billionaire off my locks. I'm the best in the world at this. So join the Patreon, $5 a month. Get your lock of the week. Get your ass to book anything. Request a video. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts, comments below. It is September 25th, 2024, from Texas to the world. Thank you, and God bless. Shout out to you, Top Notch. I appreciate y'all.